We are talking about what you should be watching and what is worth watching versus what the critics might say.
And historically, Val the Voice Johnson, things that had to do with people of color would seldom get nominated.
Mr. Wamble and I are talking our top 5 picks in comedy and our top 5 picks in drama ahead of this year's 74th Primetime Emmy Awards. I'm Val the Voice Johnson, and this is Interludes. Interludes, a pure Lighthouse production. This episode is brought to you by the Riddles Clean Comedy Virtual Show. Find out more on our website, linktr.ee/Pure Light Media. And now, all the way live from the south side of Chicago, give it up for your host, Val the Voice Johnson.
Depending on when you're listening to us, either you're listening to this ahead of Monday night's Emmys or after Monday night's Emmys. Either way, it doesn't matter because we're not making predictions. What are we doing, Val the Voice Johnson?
We are talking about what you should be watching and what is worth watching versus what the critics might say.
Exactly. We don't need a validation for some Hollywood group of people to tell us what's good and what's not good. I got 2 eyes. I got 2 ears. I can hear. I can see. I know what's funny. And historically, Val the Voice Johnson, things that had to do with people of color would seldom get nominated. So I don't need your validation. Besides, I'm too old to have young folks that don't know my culture or my experience tell me whether or not the art that I'm making is good or worthy.
Oh boy.
We gonna talk about what's worth watching. So the way that we have set this up is this. We're gonna start out talking about 5 comedies, and then we'll smooth transition to dramas. 5 dramas that we think are worth watching. Now, when we say worth watching, you got to understand how television has evolved over the last couple of years, and it is now this. Maybe you didn't see it when it first came out. Maybe You were busy. You were cooking dinner, taking the kids, or telling them to go to sleep. No, really, I really need you to go to sleep.
Right, or maybe you were avoiding COVID. We don't know.
We don't know what you're doing. Maybe you were like Val the Voice and involved in 10 different jobs all at once. I swear she's Jamaican, or at least Trinidadian, something like that.
Come on.
Probably. No. So you get to watch this at your leisure. You get to watch this when you need to, when you can. And you can thanks to streaming services. You can catch everything that we're talking about today. You can catch these things. They're available for you. Some in whole seasons. So let's smooth transition to our 5 comedies. Let's go in alphabetical order. First up, alphabetically, is A. A begins the alphabet. I know, I deal with this with students every day. No, it really does start the alphabet. A does. Gosh. And then B comes after A. And especially talking about teachers and students, let's begin with America's favorite new school in Philadelphia. That, of course, is Abbott Academy.
Abbott Elementary.
Yes, Abbott Elementary. It's an elementary school with the little kids, right? The little snot-nosed kids.
Can I jump in here real quick?
Absolutely.
Gracious. All right, so Abbott Elementary is nominated. You're so cute. Is nominated for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8
Emmys. Seven Emmys, and it did win one. And it did win one over the weekend in the creative for best casting. So if the casting director of Abbott Elementary won, because this is a very, very wonderful cast. And I want to also make that connection of Quinta Brunson, who is the creator and lead actress on this and kind of the showrunner on this, got her start on another show that we think that is worth watching. But Abbott Elementary, all episodes are available streaming on Hulu, originally aired on ABC.
I have enlisted the help of one of Abbott Elementary's finest. Now, come on. Show us what you got.
What, here?
Yeah, here. You can get this kid. Of course, here. Come on, teach us something.
Oh, all right. Farmer Hank has 7 turkeys. Then he buys 6 more. How many turkeys does Farmer Hank now have?
Is one of the turkeys pregnant?
One of my kids asked the same thing.
Because it's a good question, and it shows that they're using critical thinking.
It's irrelevant.
No, it might be silly to you, but to them it might be an important question that if they don't get it answered, they can't focus.
And diversions are an important part of learning.
So, Michael, you are a teacher. What do you think about Abbott?
I love it. It's a great show. And even though it's set in the elementary level, because it's Abbott Elementary, and I teach high school, I can empathize with that. I had a year that is my, don't talk about Bruno year in junior high. And oh my God, I'm still traumatized from that year with junior high kids. And just the elements, the stress that teachers bring to the job because it's forced upon them by incompetent administrators like the principal in the show, who's hilariously played by Janelle James, comedian. It's great. It's a wonderful show. Of course, Val, the casting director, deserves an Emmy. 4 cast members are up for Emmys. Yay. So that casting director did a great job. Quinta is up for an Emmy for a show that she created, along with
Shirley Ralph.
Shirley Ralph
Veteran.
in the supporting, along with Janelle James, and then the kid that a lot of y'all still remember as Chris from Everybody Loves Chris. He is up for an Emmy.
Everybody hates Chris. What do you mean everybody loves Chris?
Well, they love him now since he got slapped. You know what I mean? So, they should go back and re-edit the name of that show. Maybe that's how Will felt about it. Maybe Will hated it.
Moving on, the next show that is nominated, or the next show that we think is worth watching, and something
on the letter A,
is Atlanta.
Yes, it is.
Donald Glover, another creator of the show, is nominated for lead actor in this series for an Emmy. However, this season, this 3rd season, which took a minute to come back from, I think they were on this 2-year, maybe 3-year hiatus, and I think COVID had everything to do with it. But Atlanta is one of those series that you got to catch it. It's dark comedy, it's twisty comedy, it's intelligent comedy, and it's worth watching. What do you think? What do you say?
I'm going to pick up on your Freudian slip there for a second. You almost described Atlanta as a film. And I think in a way it is much like a film.
I know.
It resembles a film. The way that they approached this past season, so they shot this season and the next season that is coming up, starting fairly soon, in the next couple of weeks, I believe. The next season of Atlanta, they shot it all at the same time. So they're just approaching this, almost in a cinematic way. It is surreal for sure, surreal. It is a surreal show, meaning that you can't really trust anything. You don't know what's real, what's not real. And because of that, it deals in this Afro surrealism, which is just this amazing form of art and genre in and unto itself that nobody ever really sees in this form. It is how did Donald Glover once describe the show? He said that he wanted to make a hip hop Twin Peaks, and he has done that over the last couple of years. It's an amazing show to watch. You can catch it. You can watch individual episodes. It doesn't necessarily have to be in some type of order, and you can enjoy it. And they did win the Emmy already. They won an Emmy this year already for their season debut for this past season called Three Slaps, which again does not have to do with Will Smith. It has to do with a real life incident that occurred, and their dramatization of it, which had some humor in it, some really dark humor, and a lot of social commentary. Start there. If you saw the last two seasons and you missed the season, start with that season opener, and it sets the tone for the rest of the year. That's Atlanta.
Next show that is phenomenal, and I definitely thank Michael for recommending this, is a Black Lady sketch show. 13 awards, 13 nominations for Black Lady sketch show, and over the weekend it did win for outstanding directing for a variety series, and also outstanding picture editing for variety programming. This is these are technical creative awards, but however, it's to me a phenomenal cast, as well as Quentin, who is nominated for Abbott, got her start over there. Got her got her acting chops over there with Robin Thede. I am excited about this show and excited about what it could win for an Emmy, but this is a show on HBO Max that is worth watching.
Put a little pep. Oh, here she comes. Here she comes.
Brace yourselves.
What up? I'm 3. I know. Come on, just slowly. Okay, you see all the people? Look, say hi.
What up? I'm 3.
Thank you all for coming to our sip and see for baby Annie.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot more sips to see my way through this party.
Are you shy? It's been a long 2 years, but we are so happy we traded our baby Benz for a baby Bjorn.
Okay, but that baby was Bjorn 30 years ago. What up? I'm 3.
Oh my gosh, Jerry, so you see it too. She is such an old soul. She's been here before, but you know what's crazy? No, not anymore. She was actually a preemie.
Oh, okay. Yes. By preemie, do you mean pre-med?
You're so silly, Scott.
This is so embarrassing.
Michael.
Yes, unlike anything else, Robin Thede should get a lot of credit. Who is Robin Thede? You may have recognized her from a very short-lived late night show on BET. No, that's okay. She also was a writer for another comedian who had a pretty short-lived show following The Daily Show on Comedy Central. So she's been a writer for a long time. She steps out to perform. She is one of those comedians that I know has had to endure the whole thing about like, it's too pretty to be funny, all that kind of nonsense. She's hilarious. The cast is great. This cast includes also Townsend. So there's a Townsend in this cast, which if that name sounds familiar, it is the daughter of Robert Townsend, the actor and creator of Hollywood Shuffle. So this is a great show. It touches on topics that has to do with things that I wouldn't even know that well, that Val knows much better than I do. Topics that have to do with being African American and female, and they find the humor in it. And it's not a humor for everybody, but it is universally funny. It's funny because it's so specific, and in that way, it's like I can identify with it because it is like, oh yeah, I got that kind of issue like that too. That's pretty funny. And wrapping this up, it is up against Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
They're the only 2 entries in the category for sketch shows. So the fact that Robin Thede has gone to this genre, this form of entertainment that we just don't see on television anymore, and is minded in this way and produce something extraordinary, is certainly worthy of praise.
Very much so. And
everything is trash. I'm gonna introduce this one because Val the Voice is gonna talk to you more about it with this reluctantly. Because see, this is a guilty pleasure for her. Y'all don't understand. So the name of the show is called Everything is Trash. It's on Freeform, which is the home of shows if you are female and 25 and under. Yet Val and I have both found ways to enjoy Everything is Trash. And partly that has to do with its star and creator, who is one of, I guess, two of the dope queens, right, Val?
Yeah, and she has she's a podcaster. I'm laughing because she's a podcaster, and the name of the podcast on the fictitious show is Everything's Trash. And then of course it's shot. What was that?
Is she being Phoebe Robinson, right?
And she's being Phoebe Robinson. But here's the thing: the series is shot in my beloved second home, Brooklyn. So Jordan Carlos, Takora Cash, Moses Storm, and a guest appearance from Jackie Harry. It is a very interestingly funny show, and this is not for children.
She's a mama?
I'm not saying.
Jackie Harry's a mama.
So I think this entry came a little too possibly past when nominations were being handed out, because I don't see anything. I don't see it nominated for anything because it's. I want to say it's new, but look for it in 2023. I'd love for them to kind of pick up on it or whatever. But I like it. I'm entertained by it.
It's an acquired taste. The show is an acquired taste. Val, did they contact you when they came up with the concept of this show?
No, they did not.
A sister from Brooklyn that starts a podcast?
No, they did not.
No. I mean, Phoebe's lawyers be looking out for something?
No. Next. And our last one in our comedy lane is The Upshaws, and this stars one of my favorite actresses who's been in the game since the 1970s.
Wanda Sykes.
No.
Not Wanda Sykes, but Wanda, I love you. So,
yeah, we of course we love Wanda Sykes. Wanda Sykes and Mike Epps did come together to create this, but they created a great job for Kim Fields, who plays. Wow, I love how she plays the Mrs. Upshaw, dealing with a very married to the Mike Epps character, Benny Upshaw, and then them dealing with the baby mama from the Black Lady sketch show, Gabriella Dennis.
What I like about this show, and I keep it real brief, is this. It's like, this is the show that's about the people that would watch the Cosby Show and go, oh, that's hilarious. Boy, I wish I could have that line. Shut up. What are you talking about? That's not even your mama. That's my mama. That's people. This is finally a show about them. That's for them and about them. You know, like a lot of times, and God love it, some of these shows, they were just so far away from the people that were actually watching them that it was like, what is this? But this show, oh my God. Sometimes I watch it, I'm like, shit, how you watching this? Right. It's like the people free, you know what I mean?
One thing I will say is in the Emmys, on the creative side, it was nominated for Outstanding Cinematography for a multi-camera series. And so it was up against some really good folks. However, that was the only nomination for The Upshaws.
Is it possible this show is too real?
No. And it could be the people that's voting that might think, I don't want to see Tootie curse, but she's cursing.
I know Val the Voice is traumatized at the fact that Kim Fields so a fully adult woman in pretty much every way is using terms that you can't say to your pastor. But you know what? That's it's real.
Tootie.
Oh.
But yet, the one thing that I will say, the realness that Fields bring to her role in this comedy series, there were some scenes that almost moved me to tears, because I'm thinking, yes, we are married. I have agreed that we're going to use this money for this purpose, and you do something that has not been discussed. You don't respect the marriage. You don't respect me. And that her reaction to that is phenomenal. So yeah, I like the realness of it.
Hey, baby.
How could you take my money?
Said what now?
How could you take something that you knew was so important to me?
Okay, baby. I wanted to talk to you and tell you about this. I got a perfectly good reason why, and here it is. I went, and you usually cut me off by now.
You need to leave.
Okay. I'll just go upstairs and give you time to cool off.
No. You need to go. You need to get out of my house.
Baby, look, I'm sorry, okay? I'll put it back. I got you. I mean, come on.
Get out. Get out, Penny.
For your Netflix, and if you didn't catch the first season, you need to catch the first season. It certainly does evolve. The story continues and adds into things, and it's gotta be one of the realest shows about a Black family that I have seen. So those are our comedy shows. Abbott Elementary, Atlanta, Black Lady Sketch Show, Everything is Trash, Upshaw.
And now dramas.
The 5 dramas. So these are the 5 drama shows we feel like are worth watching. Let's go with the first one that you mentioned. I'm gonna go with the list I'm looking at right now. The first one starts out with We Own the City on HBO Max. Mm-hmm. Now that's something that we talked about here on our Talk on Tuesdays, which you all should catch. Each Tuesday, it's Val the Boys, Coach Tony and myself. We are coming together and we talk live for an hour. When is that? That's from 8 to 9 Central, 9 to 10 Eastern. You should check that out. We talked about We Own the City. Val, what do you like about We Own the City?
John Bernthal. Am I saying his name right? Yeah. He's you can't look away. He is definitely the one that makes it worth your while for watching. And I think this show got snubbed. I don't think it got nominated in I'm looking for it right now, but this was a 6-part HBO cop drama, and it's based on The Wire and Treme producers and creator David Simon.
Yes.
Yeah. So creating this, and then my thing is that when you know this is Baltimore, this is the corrupt Baltimore police department, and just kind of a build up to what happens, and then following the one cop that John plays throughout this 6-part series, and you're just kind of on the edge. And what is interesting about the editing and how it's told as a cop, especially when you are supposedly following the rules, you have to file a report. So they always start a scene possibly with him talking, his character talking, and he's putting his name on a sheet. You'll see it typed up, and then what's happening, and then they'll actually go to that incident. So I think that type of storytelling is brilliant, and it jumps around. It jumps from when he was a rookie, and then when he got corrupt, and then you kind of see that kind of.
Well, it's a journalistic way to tell the story.
Thank you.
Because with any time you do a story, you got to have some basis of it, and you need to have a document. It needs to be grounded in some evidence. So here's the evidence they're presenting to you through the show. Like, here's the falsified report. This is what he signed his name to. The BS he said happened, and now let's show you what actually happened. And it is a far cry from what he signed off on.
I know.
And the actor that you mentioned, you guys have seen him in other things, but you'll probably see him in a much even bigger profile show coming to Showtime. He is taking on the Richard Gere role in a remake of American Gigolo.
What?
Yes.
I would love to see that. Oh my goodness.
A lot of sport coats and no shirts. So there you go. Euphoria. Now let me just very clearly state that I do not condone anything that is expressed in the show Euphoria, which is set in a high school, and I happen to work at a high school. This is not behavior that I would think is tolerated, acceptable, and certainly would send me to send students to counseling and or to law enforcement. Now, Euphoria as a show, it is an excellent soap opera. It's a soap opera set in a high school with all the things you expect a soap opera to have. A lot of fornication, a lot of legal and illegal drugs and alcohol and parties and people confused about who they are and trying to express themselves as teenagers will during that time. It stars Zendaya. It's her vehicle. Sam Levinson is the producer, but this is pretty much starring Zendaya. She has won an Emmy before in this role, in the title role. And we mentioned on our Talk on Tuesday, last week on our Talk on Tuesday, we mentioned that Coleman Domingo, the actor who you probably know from Law Ratings Black Bottom, some other shows, African-American actor, he already won an Emmy prior to Monday's Emmy show for his role in the show. So a lot of the cast is nominated for it. It is one of those soap operas. It's been a while. This is not something to watch with kids, even though it's set in high school. Don't sit your high schooler in front of the TV to watch this, but they've probably seen it already. So you should.
And I think Euphoria is one of those shows from HBO that has garnered a lot of nominations. Currently 25, and they're already the winner of 8. So HBO for a long time back in the day used to always dominate the Emmys, and this is a show that the Academy has really picked up and kind of been drawn to because of the performances. Wow.
So parents, guardians, you should know about the show. It is a show quite popular among that group. It's got an amazing soundtrack. The sound music supervisor, he or she should get an Emmy, or that they should get an Emmy. It's amazing. So we covered 2 shows that are on HBO Max, Beyond the City and Euphoria. Let's switch to The Bear on FX Hulu. The Bear. What are your thoughts about The Bear?
Well, I will say this. I was hesitant about checking this out and then found out, hey, it's shot right here in Chicago. Although there are parts that is shot in New York. Didn't realize that, but I was like, okay, interesting. I'm not gonna figure that out.
They gonna hate on New York, right?
I'm not gonna hate on New York. Can't do that. However, this series, it really, I'm very fascinated with, the sibling relationships and just kind of dealing with grief and how do you deal with it, and kind of anxiety and what is looming can feel like a bear. And I think you'll have to see it till the I think it's 8 episodes. Is it correct?
Yes.
8 episodes. 8 episodes.
All available on FX Hulu. The good thing about it is, if you binge on those, this is not an unrewarded binge. There is a second season. It has been renewed for a second season. The star of The Bear is a young man that you probably know from Shameless. There is a cameo in The Bear from an actor that we talked about very glowingly earlier, just a few minutes ago. He makes a cameo. I don't want to spoil it, but we did talk about what a great actor he is. So if you follow that through line, you know who we're talking about. I think it's also fitting that the show is set in Chicago and is really trying to capture the vibe and essence of Chicago, and it calls itself.
So the actors, Jeremy Allen White, who plays the lead.
Shameless.
The lead, right? And then Ebon Moss and Maddie Matheson. There are some great actors in here, but I tell you that last episode of the first season, I was in tears. So I will recommend.
That's itself for a great cliffhanger.
Oh my God!
Does it? Because it's unexplained why the thing that happens has happened. I've talked to different people about it, and from a consensus, we all think that it's a nefarious thing, and it's just going to be their downfall when they start next season. Exactly. So can't wait for that to come up. That's The Bear on FX Hulu. Speaking of things that have an unexpected second season, Squid Game. There is, how in the world is there more Squid Game, Val, the boys?
We did a whole podcast and a review on Talk on Tuesday with this, and
go back, check the podcast, check our title.
Yes. So
how is there a second season of Squid Game?
I don't.
I'm alarmed in a way and worried that there's a second season.
Well, I will say this is that Squid Game was the darling of Netflix, and it garnered 14 nominations, Emmy nominations.
Yes.
And I think, did anything win? Something won. The guest actress won for Squid Game.
Okay.
And I am not gonna Lee Yu Mi.
Yes, and a lot of the actors whose names you may not be able to pronounce, and there's no disrespect. I just don't want to. I want to do them justice that they deserve. You'll recognize their faces because they're going to be in more and more things. This show was a tremendous worldwide success. Yes,
and also the winner of Outstanding Special Visual Effects in a single episode.
Speaking of smooth transitions, I just made one. Our final drama that we think that is worthy of watching. What's worthy of watching? Industry. Industry is worthy of watching. And I'll tell you, I'm ready to say that out loud now. I quietly watched the first season as it was happening. I told no, I said nothing because I kept looking at it like, I can't really look away. I had the same feeling I did when I watched Euphoria. Like, should I be watching this? Is this? Now, Industry is set in London. That's the setting of the story. It's in the financial services industry, which I couldn't tell you about to save my life. So obviously it's one of those stories that it's about something very technical, but it's not really. This is almost like Succession-like. If you watch Succession, which is a wonderful show, don't need to recommend that. Gazillion people watch Succession. Exactly. However, industry follows these young people who are just going into, I guess, almost like their first shot at a career. And it shows you the things that they are willing to do to try to make it. Almost akin to darn near selling their souls to try to get ahead. The lead character is Harper, who's this young woman who maybe comes from a very rough background, possibly. She has lied. She has done so much to get to where she is that if you ever pull that string, everything will unravel. But here she is, each episode almost rolling the dice, hoping against hope that something good will happen. And so far, she's on a roll. I can't stop watching it. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think, Matt?
I did see a few episodes of Industry. It didn't really make a mark on myself. However, I'm fascinated by anything from overseas, England. I was one of the things why I watched, what was the Idris Elba series that was on BBC? That was
Luther.
Luther, right. Luther. Yeah, because I have a thing about the English accent and how proper it sounds, and just to hear, Idris going from, I've seen him do American accents very well, but to hear his natural English accent, it's a turn on. But it's one thing that I will say, Industry is not for the faint at heart. I remember when I was watching it, I was like, oh my gosh, you're gonna do that to try to accomplish what? Really? And I'm thinking these have got to be young people that don't realize that you do not have to sell your soul for this. However, but Industry is created by Nikki Down and Conrad Ray, and it premiered here on HBO in November of 2020. So it is, I think we're on the second season. We're currently on the second season right now, and it catapulted HBO. I don't exactly know how many nominations it got, but HBO received well over 100 nominations for all of the shows: Succession, Euphoria, Black Lady Sketch Show, and Industry is nominated in a few of those as well. So HBO continues to have this record of impressing the Academy over at the Emmys, and just keeps, shows as far back as The Sopranos to now, just keeps getting nominated, and people are taking a look at this, produced out of the BBC and coming over these shores. It's like if it's Wall Street, whatever Wall Street would be considered over in England. So Industry, not for the faint at heart, not for children.
No, not for children. No,
children at all.
So they're talking about you said Wall Street. Yeah, this ain't Sesame Street. Okay.
No, it ain't. No, it's not. Ooh.
It's not Sesame Street. No, definitely not.
Oh my gosh. So Kenan Thompson will be hosting the Emmy Awards this year. I'm one of the longest cast members on SNL, but he'll be hosting, and I'll be rooting for some of the folks or some of the shows that we did mention. But however, these are the shows that you should be watching and we recommend them because we think that they're remarkable in their own unique way. Atlanta, Abbott Elementary, We Own the City.
Everything
Euphoria.
is trash.
Everything is trash. It's a podcast.
Upsize. Yeah, the
Like we
podcast.
are.
Yeah, we expect to like that show. Yeah. Okay. Well, this has been great. All right.
To check out more from Mr. Wamble and Val the Voice chop it up regarding the Emmys, please visit our Interludes YouTube channel. Have you seen it? It's the weekly chat with EP Michael Wamble, Coach Tony, and Val the Voice Johnson. Interludes Extra presents Talk on Tuesdays. Join us and other special guests as we break down the latest topics surrounding music, movies, and sports every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, live in the chat on our Interludes YouTube channel. Interludes. Original concept by Valerie Johnson. Written by Michael Wamble. Produced by Michael Wamble and Valerie Johnson. Original intro and outro music produced by Kendall Nesbitt. Interludes. A pure Lighthouse production. This episode is brought to you by the Riddles Clean Comedy Virtual Show, featuring host Jury O'Neill. Donald Owens Jr., Michael Wamble, and Val the Voice Johnson. To purchase an on-demand ticket, please visit our website, linktr.ee/Pure Light Media. To subscribe to our YouTube channel or join our Interludes Facebook group, visit the website linktr.ee/Pure Light Media.